Hi, good afternoon. How are you? I hope you're doing fine. This week we are going to learn how to form negative prefixes in English. We're going to learn some expressions in order to reach an agreement. Yes, we're going to learn some vocabulary related to the weather, um, how to form comparatives. Yes, we're going to revise how to form comparatives. And finally, we're going to learn some vocabulary or words related to natural disasters. Okay, so let me share screen for you, please. Okay, so negative prefixes. How do we form negative prefixes? Okay, we have some examples, right? We're going to learn some negative prefixes such as an, in, im, ir, il, and this. Yes, they are all negative, right? For example, certain, uncertain, patient, impatient, honest, dishonest, responsible, irresponsible. We need to work with the dictionary to check how to form negative prefixes or how to combine negative prefixes in words, okay? They come before an adjective, yes, and they make its meaning opposite, right? Okay. Here are some examples of how to here are some examples of expressions in order to reach an agreement or how to reach an agreement. You could say, for example, that's a great idea, or that's settled then. Okay, I agree. Okay. Weather. What's the weather like? Remember that in English when we want to ask about the weather, we ask what's the weather like. Okay, not how's the weather, but what's the weather like. Okay, and we have here some pictures and some examples of how to describe the weather in English. For example, the sun, we have from the noun sun, we have sunny, right? Cloudy, partly cloudy, rainy, snowy, sleeting, yes, as a verb, it is sleeting, stormy, lightning, thunder, hail, hailing, right, as a verb, windy, foggy, icy, tornado. Well, that is a natural disaster. We're going to see that later. Rainbow, clear sky, hot, warm, cold, and freezing. Okay, these last four are related to temperature, right? Okay, how to form comparative? How to form comparative adjectives? Okay, let's revise this. Okay, we add er to all one-syllable adjectives. Yes, like for example, long, longer, right? If a one-syllable adjective ends in e, we add e, like for example, wider, wider. Yes. In the case that the adjective ends in a short vowel plus a single consonant, we double the consonant. For example, hot, hotter. If two-syllable adjectives end in a consonant plus y, we drop the y and we add er. For example, friendly, friendlier. A few other two-syllable adjectives have comparative forms ending in er. For example, quiet, quieter. Yes, but for most two-syllable adjectives or more than two-syllable adjectives, yes, we use more plus the adjective. For example, boring, more boring. Okay, and we have some irregular comparative forms. For example, good, better, bad, worse, far, further. Okay. Some quantifiers have also irregular forms. Yes, remember we studied quantifiers last week. Well, we have, for example, few, fewer, much, many, more, a little, less. Okay, we use than to compare two things or people. We don't use that. We use than. For example, horror films are usually scarier than thrillers. Okay, we usually use the object pronoun after than, not a subject pronoun. For example, you're taller than me. Okay, not you're taller than I, but you're taller than me. We make a comparison stronger by using far or much, which is an intensifier because it intensifies the comparison. For example, dolphins are far more intelligent than sharks. Okay, and finally, the structure not as. We use not as to compare two things or people, right? And the interesting part of this is that not when we use not as, it means less than. So we have a comparison of inferiority. For example, Jack is 12, Liam is 14. Jack isn't as old as Liam. That means Jack is less old than Liam. Okay. As means equally. Yes, this is a comparison of equality. For example, my brother and I both weighed 62 kilograms. I am as heavy as my brother. Okay, we usually use the object pronoun after not as, not the subject pronoun, as we just mentioned before. For example, she's as excited as me. Okay. And finally, we have some examples of natural disasters in English, like an avalanche, drought, earthquake, epidemic, famine, flood, forest fire, mudslide, tornado, tsunami, volcanic eruption. Okay, that's all for this week. I hope you enjoy the class and it's useful for you. Okay, we keep in touch. If you have any questions or doubt, please contact me via WhatsApp or in Google Classroom. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you. Bye.